All right, thank you for joining. Today we'll go over White Whale, the meme coin, USDT, on the Bybit chart, perpetual contract. So, just to go over what I posted before, right? To give you an insight to where we are at now. So, on my X, I posted that, it's pretty much one of the biggest meme coin launches to date, just because I have been following this account for quite some time. He's been very public about some of the frauds that's happened to him. And his account is basically a meme, look at these pictures, right? So, in terms of the picture, not the stuff that he produces. So, with that being said, he decides to launch a meme coin, which is now called the White Whale. Obviously, it's had some very positive bullish price action since it has launched. Now it's sitting at the 618 of the overall first massive impulse to the upside, right? So from this swing low to the swing high, we are right there at this 0.618, which is actually something I just noticed, which is lining up with a couple key areas, which I will go over here in a few minutes. But just to go back to my X account, you'll see a few days ago, January 10th, I posted saying here are a few key levels that will make for the best trade opportunities this weekend, right? So we were just range bound, stuck between a 4-hour swing low and a 4-hour swing high. One of the best situations would be to go up, take the liquidity of the highs, back test it, and just find some weakness throughout the weekend, leading into Monday, taking out the lows and possibly moving to the upside, right? Posted another update saying it's nice when you see trades go exactly according to plan. Obvious areas of liquidity with clear targets after those areas are tested. Prove there's probably a typo there. Price may continue down, but it doesn't have to. That's why we take profits, right? So if you were to enter short here and targeted the center of the overall range, that would have been nice take profit one. But obviously the main target would be the lows right here, right? And as you can see, what happened next, this is now a perfect range rotation. Price swept the 4-hour buy side liquidity and has came right to the opposite side of the range, with the chances of the sell side liquidity being swept next, right? So below this 4-hour. And then let's go ahead and dive right into, the funny thing is, I don't really get much likes at all, really, but the reality of the situation is, the post proves itself, right? And it's kind of funny because one of the people that ended up liking it was him after all. Where is it? Right there, right? So he saw that post. A little recognition there. All right. So with that being said, now let's see exactly where we are, right? So as you can see, we've had a full rotation. Price has now officially took out the lows off that 4-hour swing low, back tested it, and sold off a little bit more. And where did it sell off into? So we have the 618 fib level, right? Very technical level based on fibs, right? Price tested it exactly, right? Exactly. Came below it, swept it, came back above, making local market structure shifts. If you go out to the 5-minute, you can see, right? Tapped the 618 to the penny, swept below it, price came back up, and it's been, for the most part, defending these lows, right? Minor liquidity sweeps at the lows here, very minor, but defending these lows for the most part, just creating higher highs and higher lows on the 5-minute. So based on this price action, the next very close target should be these highs at 13 cents. But from this level, I would not be surprised if we start seeing a decent size push up here, right? Because we already traded below the 4-hour swing low, took out some liquidities. It's beginning to fail to rotate even lower. This is also a demand zone, right? Pretty much a 2-hour demand. But I will put the 4-hour demand colors on there. And for your supply and demand traders, yeah, this is a nice first time initial touch. So I would be expecting some sort of push to the upside. There's a 4-hour swing high coming in at 15.1 cents, which is from here a 20% gain, right? That's a very big gain. So this little mini range here from this swing high to the swing low, take profit 1 would be right at around 13.5 cents, which means from here, you know, it doesn't look like that big of a move, but in reality, that's still 6%, right? If anyone can make 6% a week, you'll be a millionaire in a few years. So this little movement is pretty big. And then, yeah, you can kind of see it trying to play out here, right? In order for things to really start getting bullish, you really want to start seeing it reclaim this swing low. And then it will start to aim for the upside, right? Another full rotation is possibly on the table. And who knows, maybe we'll just re-range bound, but while we're in the range, you trade the range, long, tight stops, and you aim for the upside, right? Oh, what's going on here? Yep, so aim for the upside. That'll be the target, pretty much these highs, right? So we'll see how this plays out in the next few days. Nothing too crazy to really want to go over else with this. If price starts moving lower, then I wouldn't really consider going long again until maybe these lows are taken, right? Just a lot of higher lows here, a lot of liquidity with the main one sitting here. Might even get a push down into this demand zone here, but not really interested unless we get back down at this level. So hopefully we do hold this level and price just plays around at this level for a little bit, doesn't lose it. It can possibly obviously come back down, take the lows one more time before really moving up. So we're going to see how that plays out in the next few days here. But so far, so good. We just have to trade things level to level. And then keep in mind, this, once again, is a range, right? This demand zone to the low right here is a range. That's why we back tested it, came down to this level, and it's looking to push to the upside. So whichever breakout we get, either to the upside, aim for the top, or to the downside, aim for these lows, right? Next, right? And then we basically go from there. So very interesting project here. We will see how this plays out in the next few days. I'm going to leave this here, and I'll update everyone on this in the next few days here. But that's pretty much it with White Whale. Very interesting. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on X. Not that many followers, but still follow me. I do put out very high quality content, as you can see, very straightforward. And leave a comment below if you have any cryptos you'd like to see me chart. Okay. And there's another level for you to keep in mind too as well. We start breaking out of this trend line, also going to help with the bullish narrative. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe, and talk to you next time. Take care.